Enoch Archangels, messenger angels, and demons to the concordance. Okay, now let's look again at this solar system. If we hope to get out of this massive void of space called KBC void, then we first need to know the archangels assigned to help us and what they are made to do. They're all different. So let's start with archangels. There is seven holy archangels. First, Uriel. Uriel, U-R-I-E-L, is over the universe and Tartarus. So this is where the first cursed bloodlines on our families begin, before the flood of Noah. And only Uriel can break this curse. He was made for this very purpose. And you can ask him to retrieve all of your bloodline ancestors prior to Adam and after Adam. Here, right, and after the garden experiment, or I should say the fall of the garden. So have Uriel go into Tartarus, rescue your ancestors, your children's bloodlines, your grandchildren's bloodline, all of the ancestors. Ask Uriel to go into Tartarus and bring them out. All right, so where do you read about Tartarus? In the Bible, it's simply called hell. So read 2 Peter 2:4, right? 2 Peter 2:4, the word hell in this verse, in the concordance, is number 5020. So in case you find yourself there, call on Uriel to take you to your eternal Father. So again, until we have these kind of prayers, Satan's army grows and grows. So once we understand the name of the angels, what they can legally do, what they are only made to do, then we have all of the help in the world. You and I, Betsy, should be working with angels every single minute of every single day. We do it on the ground with prayers, but they take those prayers and it's like nuclear, right? Your prayer becomes a nuclear weapon against the darkness, the kingdom of dark. Next is Raphael. Raphael is over the spirits of men and women. So when calling on all of your fragmented spirits and souls back to yourself, so you're completely restored, but also back to your entire bloodline. Raphael knows where they are stored in every dimension that they can exist in, and was made specifically for this purpose. Call on him and your bloodlines, the bloodlines of everyone you love. Haraguel. Haraguel is spelled Haraguel. Haraguel, who takes vengeance in the planets of the solar system. Do you understand now why I call planets fallen angel bodies? Do you think Haraguel is taking vengeance on a cosmic holy force made by God? No. Haraguel takes vengeance in the planets of this solar system. This is why we are told not to dabble in astrology. You are playing around with fallen angel demonic impact on your life, on your bloodline, on all of your ancestors. You must be responsible with what you're doing. Now, I'm just going to pause here. I was talking about Haraguel last night with a friend over dinner, and I pulled up a picture right here of the writing. I took a picture of me writing this video, and I pulled it up because this person wanted information. She didn't know anything about Haraguel, but, dabbling in astrology. And so I said, don't dabble in astrology. Do this instead. Call upon Heriguel. As I'm showing her the picture of the writing so that she could send it to herself, my phone started acting like a strobe light. So a picture on my phone, which should not change in any way, it's, what would that word be? Light? But it's just a picture on my phone. And the picture became like a strobe light. It would get brighter and dimmer and brighter and dimmer. And I asked Heriguel, are you there doing this? Is this you, supernaturally? Please don't hurt my phone, but is this you? Blink twice. And it blinked twice. I wish I would have thought to record that, but I was in the moment having a supernatural experience. And your thinking is not in the left brain. Your thinking goes supernatural. Your thinking directly goes to the right brain. Anyways, Heriguel approves this knowledge of using him to release your spirits, fragmented souls, from being held in these planets. So in other words, right, Raphael is getting them everywhere, but Heriguel specifically goes and, locks up whatever is inhabiting. We know it's a fallen archangel, but there's other ranks of angels under those archangels that you call planets. So if you don't understand that, then their darkness over you, their curses on you and those you love, you become imprisoned. Parts of you, fragments of you, become imprisoned on those, not planets, but rocks. Let's just call it rocks in the universe. But their influence, if you don't understand this and pray against it, because they're under the dome with us. Right? We're all under the dome, okay? So, and also by reading Enoch, you'll learn that there's 10 levels of heaven, not just the 3 that we read, but there's actually 10. That'll be another video, another series that I'll do on astrotheology. But if you don't understand the influence that these fallen angel cosmic bodies have, anyway, now you do, right? And now you're going to send Heriguel to break the covenant on your bloodline that is tied to, rooted to, trapped in these cosmic fallen rocks in this solar system. Amen, Potter? Yep. All right. Archangel Michael. Michael is the one that works with me in the making of this video and the books that I pulled and all of the studying that I have done. All of this has been told to me by Michael. All right, so Michael, he presides over the people appointed for good things. That's why Michael is working with me. This is a good message. This is good knowledge, right? He presides over the people appointed for good things and over the chaos. So, when you think a riot's going to break out or whatever, chaos, pray to him. Pray that he come to inspire and encourage, instead of the chaos breaking out, being influenced by the fallen angel cosmic bodies above us under the dome, that instead he inspire, encourage them to do good things, right? We want Michael flying around all of the people of your town, of your city, of your state, inspiring and encouraging, especially the babies, to do good things, to telepathically work alongside with the angels. We can raise a generation of prayer warriors and stop this satanic entrapment, enslavement. So ask Michael every day over everyone you love to send encouraging and inspirational messages, right? It's teamwork. We work with our angels every day. Psalm 91 tells us that. So it's not just about asking an angel for intervention. We must make a generation of Team God, stronger than Satan's team. But it's our ignorance that makes Satan stronger over humans. Now, Michael will stop that. He has already kicked Satan out of heaven before. Michael is stronger. So let's use Michael for what he was intended to do, to inspire and encourage good things coming out of people appointed to do so. There's some people that are not human that were never appointed to do good things. Let's get rid of that agenda. Next is Sariel. Sariel is Sariel. Sariel is over the spirits who sin against the Holy Spirit, which means blasphemy. That is to say, people who have had a hardened, persistent state of unrepentance, right? They deny the gospel and the life and the teachings of Jesus. They deny or acknowledge any truth of the gospel, of the red letters. They are the ones with a seared consciousness, never accepting the grace, the forgiveness of salvation. So, if there's people in your life like that, that is Sariel's job. He can daily say prayers along with you, beside you, over people who deny Jesus and who deny the red letter teachings, who deny his gospel. Sariel. That's his job. Isn't that beautiful? God thought of everything. You have helpers. Gabriel. Gabriel, who presides over paradise and the dragons and the cherubim. Yes, there are good dragons and there are evil dragons. There are holy angels and there are dark angels. All right, there's two of everything, meaning dark and light, right? So we find in Revelation 2:7, let's read it. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. So that's where you'll find Gabriel, in the paradise of God. Gabriel presides over the paradise and the dragons, and you'll see the dragons, I think, are in the 8th or 9th heaven. Again, I'll do an astrotheology on the 10 heavens and what the rank of angels are in the 10 heavens. Next is Rachmiel. Rachmiel is spelled Rekhmiel. Rachmiel is appointed by God over those who rise, meaning resurrect. His name means thunder of God. And those who rise is for the resurrected. So, I think of him as the angel upon death, to pray over your loved ones on their deathbed, right? As they take their last breath, you are praying for Rachmiel to come and take their spirit and soul safely to their resurrected place, whatever heaven they belong in, on the right side of Jesus, above the waters above. So a bit more understanding of our elder siblings created before man. You can read that in Job 38, 4-7. I will read verse 7. When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy. So in case you're not understanding, stars are angels, angels are stars. Let's look more at what we know of them. They serve before the throne of God. They look directly at the face of God, Revelation 5:11. They are eternal spirits with the power to heal. Let's read John 5, verse 4. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. They can also wound us humans, Genesis 32:25. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. They have the power to manipulate fire, Revelation 14:18, power over fire. They also have power over water. We can see in Revelation 16:5, angel of the waters. They also can create plagues in 2 Samuel 24:16. And not to mention how many can be killed in an instant, as in 2 Kings 19:35. And that night the angel of the Lord went out and struck down 185,000 in the camp of the Assyrians. And when people arose early in the morning, behold, these were all dead bodies. And again, we read in Jubilees 4:15, the angels of the Lord descended on the earth, those who were named watchers, that they should instruct the children of men, that they should do judgment and uprightness on the earth. It would be great if that ever came back, wouldn't it? So, for the angels, messenger angels, there's archangels and messenger angels, different ranks. But they do preside over the demons. The demons have various types of basically human actions like lust, envy, greed, jealousy. So here we go to, again, anything that has to do with demon warfare, demonic warfare, satanic warfare. All of those books were pulled out of the Bible because the church wants you only dependent on them. They don't want you empowered with any type of demonic warfare. That's what keeps the church going. So you go to the writings, the Testament, it's called the Testament of Solomon, in which Solomon, Archangel Michael, brings to Solomon a ring of which God has put a seal on that ring. And as Solomon wears the ring or holds the ring, that seal has the authority over every single, regardless rank of demon or fallen angel. That seal has the authority. So Solomon now has the authority. And the Testament of Solomon is 28 chapters, of which hundreds of demons are named, and the angel that is assigned to bind them and get them out of you or out of a situation. They can be anywhere, not just humans. Okay, they can be in mirrors and antique furniture. They can be in your jewelry. There's a whole section in Testament of Solomon how a lot of them in the early days preferred to be in silver, gold, types of jewelry, so that, anyway, it has to do with pride, because they're made of gold, they're made of silver, they're made of diamonds, they're made of precious metals. In other words, God's creation. Just think about that the next time you want to put on jewelry. So, the angels over demons, recorded by Solomon. What was interesting, the first demon that came up is he calls himself X-Arch. And that is the one, the main demon, Lord of the Flies in the Bible. I don't like to say their names. I don't need to be summoning any of that. So you guys know what I mean when I say BB Bub, okay? I'll just say that. So the X-Arch, BB Bub, in charge of all of the demons, first approaches Solomon. So the Ek Arch, that BB guy, angel, he is the leader of various rank. Archangel Michael brings not only the ring to Solomon, but also the first chief daemon. That is the Greek term. Now, I'm not going to name their names. So, because you guys can buy the book. I mean, it's there. You can buy the book and read if you need to know their names. But of course, the first chief demon, guess what his only job is? The first chief demon. His only job is to get into men in which they desire nothing but virgins. This is your first pedophile. What is guaranteed to be a virgin? Babies, toddlers. And that's the only thing that they desire, that chief demon. So, and that demon shows up as a beautiful woman to continually, what they do is I hate saying all of this stuff, but you guys need to know it or you can't pray against it. They play with men in their sleep. The demon is ruled by the constellation Aquarius. Just know, they are the whole star thing. That's every demon has a star for a purpose. So you do not play around with the zodiac. Do not play around with the Mazzaroth unless you know what you're doing. It's demonic. So everything that has to do with the Mazzaroth and this Milky Way galaxy is satanic, demonic influence. So that demon is ruled by a star in the constellation Aquarius, the water bearer, and the only angel that can control that demon is Archangel Uriel. So, if you know somebody that, just pray for all the pedophiles of the world, right? Just ask Archangel Uriel. Pray. Let's keep a little bit of this in our prayers every day, right? It only takes, 10 seconds to stop and say, hey, Archangel Uriel, could you please bind the demonic fortification inside every single pedophile, inside every single person who can only lust after a virgin, whatever that age is? As an example, that's all it takes. And Uriel's out there. Bam, it's done. All right, the next demon that is brought to Solomon. Again, Michael is marching the demons in. So the next one is a female who appears to men, again, very beautiful. She worships her star, which is the moon, a very specific place on the moon. All of the people with their moon ceremonies, with new moon, full moon, drummings, or whatever you're doing, you're summoning that demon. And again, these demons march in an order of rank. These are very powerful ones. It's no joke to be playing around with some type of ceremony under a new or full moon. If you're doing that, it gives legal right for the demons to enter, plant roots, and the only angel that can deal with her is Joel, Joel. All angels, last name end with E-L. So it's not Joel, it's Joel. Third rank demon, whose only job it is to plot against the newly wedded, to make them to become estranged, and to send the men out looking for other women, and for the men also to begin to become enraged in fits of lust and jealousy and violence. The only angel that is assigned to this demonic power, the angel that can bind this demon, is Archangel Raphael. This demon hangs out and worships the constellation Ursa Major, known as Big Bear. Next rank is Also, the next ranking demon also has a son. So if you didn't think demons have families, they do. This demon has a son who controls the Red Sea. There's a lot about this demon in the Red Sea throughout Solomon. You'll have to read it. But so the two of them together, because everything is cloned in the second heaven and also in the marine kingdom and also in the abyss. Anyway, so they have the power to stir up kings, leaders, presidents, whatever your authoritative position is. They stir up evil desires of envy, greed, war, and most of all, sodomy. These demons are big into sodomy. There's one of the levels of heaven that deals with people and sodomy. That is to say, on kids specifically. So this demon and the Red Sea demon, his son, and again, Solomon names them. Solomon demands that they say their names. You can read it if you want to use their names. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not putting that out there. Anyways, they are only controlled, bound up, chained up by the name Emmanuel. This demon does not mention the star or constellation that he worships. That should tell you something. If a demon is worshiping a star or a constellation, do you want to follow in that pursuit? I'm just saying. That's up to you. Now, Solomon calls in a demon that is called the Spirit of Ashes. You guessed it. Its only job is to bring darkness onto men, to set fire to the fields and homesteads. It is more active during the summer months. But then, so behind the Spirit of Ashes, all of a sudden it's revealed to Solomon, there are the demonic force, I guess I would call it, called the 33 elements. 33. Now, do you understand the whole thing about 33? The 33 elements of the cosmic, this is what they're called, 33 elements of the cosmic ruler of darkness, who report directly to the scapegoat Azazel. So, and this is just, there's no way I'm gonna go through 33, but to give you an example on the things that are most common. Deception, right? So the demon of deception is controlled, bound up, chained up by Lama Kal. I'm gonna spell it for you. Lamechchalel. Strife is controlled by Baraka Kael. Battle, the spirit of fighting, riots, all of that, violence. Battle is handled by Marmarath. Marath. So I guess there's ranks of messenger angels that do not end with El. I'm finding out as I'm going through Solomon. Most of them do end with El, but some don't. The demon of power, that is to say, it gives all rebels the ability of power to tear down kings, leaders, presidents, prime ministers, and to start riots, political riots, specifically. And the only angel that controls this is Asteroth. Asteraoth. The demon whose job is to make men err, to forget their sobriety and moderation, and to run parties, to split up families, to turn kids against their parents, parents against their kids. The angel that combined that demon is Bathiel, both Balthiael, both Il. And the archangel always over all of these that I've already talking of is going to be Uriel. So just by knowing the 7 archangel names, always ask an archangel to assist the messenger angels, because as we know, we read it in Daniel 10, right? Messenger angels can be delayed, right? In Daniel 10, the angel coming to give him an understanding of his vision was delayed 21 days, 3 weeks, and could not escape. It was Archangel Michael that had to go and release that messenger angel out of the Prince of Tyre in the second heaven, so that that messenger angel could come to Daniel and give him a message. So, just may as well be safe. All right, now, I think we better end this right here and come back to the dragons, because it just keeps getting worse. That was just some of the chief demons. Now we've got dragons. Potter out.